Welcome along everyone to another United Scarab Khemirates match. And this time we are taking on the Uruk Haikus. We're just in the inducement phase right now. And we have to replace a Tomb Guardian because we're kind of lacking one, if we're honest. Let's go for a babe as well. So I'm going to go for... I've got a level 2 Tomb Guardian with guard to come in for this one because we're down to 3 Tomb Guardians over the Orcs who've got high strength here. The bribe and the babe as well, rather than the wizard. So, yeah, situation is quite simple. Results last week, Crow Dog lost. Hummersep won against the Underworld, so we are 6 points clear of Hummersep with 2 games to play. 1 point is enough from these 2 games to confirm a playoff place. We're also 9 touchdowns better off than Hummersep. And his last game is against a bye week, so he only gets 1 touchdown there. So even if I was to lose both of these games, as long as we only lose by 1 touchdown each time, that would leave Hummersep having to win something like 6 or 7-0 in his other game. So we're only going to have the 1 blitzer. Our round bone man's out MNG. And of course we've taken the armor bust on Jethro Toll. So I kind of figured we needed that strength 5 guard player. Even if it's a loner, you know, we can maybe consider not throwing blocks with him unless the situation absolutely dictates that we have to. But we will see how this one goes. In terms of whether I want to kick or receive, I think I want to receive and hit first here because we've got a bribe as well. So who do we have? We have Seke Janev Bet is in for the week. Now, the Uruk Haikus are a brilliantly themed team. Of course, it's Orcs, but also they are like Japanese poets. Now, their Black Orcs are a little bit weak on the development front. We got 2 with block and 2 with only guard. The blitzers are very good, generally speaking. So, a strength 4 blitzer here. He's mighty blow. The tackle doesn't affect us too much. We've got a frenzy mighty blow fella here, who's kind of a surfing threat. The troll is the 3rd mighty blow on the team, so there's not all that much mighty blow for me to be like overly concerned about in this one. But you know, this isn't going to be easy by any stretch, and a 1-1 draw probably wouldn't be too bad. All things considered, we've only got 1 on the bench as well, and that's only because we brought in this loner TG. Okay, so in terms of setup, I want this Tomb Guardian here. I want this one there. The dirty player is going to come off the line. Now we're setting up here in case we might potentially get something like a quick snap to allow me to sort of focus a little bit of, you know, we could step up onto these Black Orcs and take more hits in that scenario. Other than that, I think we're fairly comfortable with how this looks from the kickoff. We've only got the 1 blitzer, so we kind of got to protect Tala Swift today. Leaving the troll off the line, I don't hate. He's got a goblin. He's got a magnificent goblin on this team. Leaf on the Wind. Viking Cop's favourite player.
So we can stand right under that one with Mr. Pratchettep.
And changing weather nice means we absolutely can't. But it's not too bad a scatter, to be fair. It's quite far forward. So we've got a 3 dice block here, thanks to Wall the Guard. Get the POW with that. Now, I'm not going to follow up onto the Troll. Now, this is also a 3 dice, but that's without block. So we'll take a 2 dice here. Now, I think we're going to look to hit him down like that. That's a good foul target for us. So this is a 3 dice now. And another POW comes in. And a stun as well is good. So we do have a bribe. Now in terms of things I can hit, I can step this Tomb Guardian up here. And step the skeleton up here. And come in for a blitz on this Black Orc here. We're not going to follow this up. And that is a pretty nightmare dice roll. Yeah, that is the one thing I did not want to roll there. All things considered. So is he going to be able to get a block back against me here? Well, he'd have to commit a couple of guard players in there, but he's got a couple of guard players to commit. So that is a really bad dice roll, isn't it? How do we go about fixing that little problem? Might need to bring a skeleton over here for a GFI to try and block off this hit in return. So let's put you here. We want to try the pickup first. We've got a hold of that at least. So next on the agenda is to push you. We're going to take a GFI to push you all the way around here. Let's try and protect the Blitzerar as best as we can. Oh, we made a GFI. And then because we've got the bribe in pocket, we're going to foul on the 8 plus the Black Orc. Not great odds, but the bribe gone straight away on a snake. Okay, so that's one inducement out. I suppose at least we didn't roll triple one. So now, of course, we have to think about the fouling game. There's still decent value fouls to be made. Of course, a 60k skeleton with dirty player. Even if he's taken out one of those Black Orcs, it's good news for me. This is likely to become a bit of a scrum. And we have struggled against Orcs in the past. Now he's not got the movement to get around here for a shot on the ball, and if he does commit too much that way, I can always switch the ball to the other flank. So we're going for a chain push play here. So he takes the both down. But that doesn't allow him to follow up in the way he'd want. He does get the break into a stun. But of course that doesn't allow him to get that guard into a position he'd want for the hit against the Blitzerar, so he might just target the Skelly instead with the Black Orc. Yeah, gets his POW there. We still have a good amount of guard. We've got, I believe, four guard each. He might have 5. No, he has got 5 guard. In fact, he's got 6 guard. That becomes quite a nice target for the Blitzerar. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. We are going to stand up. Now we've got a 2 dice there if we want it. The question being here, where are we going to go with the ball? Well, probably not too far. We're looking for damage in any which way we can get it here. This is a pretty safe block. Following up this time because I think we're going to try and knock the troll over, given the opportunity. Okay, we're not getting dice results here, are we? Okay, so change of plan. 2, 3, 4, 5. We can chain push the Blitzerar out of trouble here if we are willing to make a GFI. Is the Blitzerar in trouble? Yeah, I would say it is. Oh, we don't need a GFI with the Black Orc, actually. So now I shouldn't have put this Tomb Guardian up here against the Troll. But you live and learn. This is still a 3 assist foul. We're not going to make it a 4. Can't quite hit the ball there. I still don't hate this foul. I hate the results. Now, do we risk a block with this Tomb Guardian here? Good lad. It's okay for now. It's going to be tough work to get through this. Really tough work. Halub's good defensively. He'll just leave this team in the centre of the field and ask you to go around the side. And we ain't great at going around the side. That guard's in a lovely position there because I didn't get an armour break. Gives him a 2 dice with the troll here if he wants it. Troll's really stupided, which is very, very helpful. Oh, we re-rolled it! Madman. Well, he got the reward. And then some. Gives him the option to surround that Tomb Guardian and get a 2 dice. This is no reroll, but of course it's a 2 dice with block, and I don't have block. It's pretty safe. It isn't a match where we particularly have the strength advantage because of the existence of that troll. And a knockdown. Oh, you're kidding me. That is all the inducements gone. I had a feeling this was going to be a tough match today. It's just got so much tougher now. No reroll for these GFIs. Get him as well. Jesus, this is a nightmare turn. And that all came about because he rerolled the really stupid, which I didn't like. So, what the hell can I do to fix this? We might have to look to gain some ground. Taking a big gamble on a 3+ dodge from you here. Big gamble. And without being awful, it could get worse because that would need to be a knockdown. Chain him off here. If you get the knockdown, then I'm in a great spot. But if I don't get the knockdown, I'm in an awful position. I hate that I'm doing this. That's a big pow. We're not out of the woods yet. I think you just have to go there. This has to happen first. Ooh, I might need a couple of GFIs here. This is a bad potato. Where are you going to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But we screen off there, but we can't screen this off. I need a 4+ skeleton dodge. And I'm going to re-roll this. And I still need a GFI or 2. And that is a 1 dice that I absolutely do not want to take. Is it? How important is that? Yeah, we'll offer them to stand firm. Fine with that. I'm okay with that. I could have pushed him there if he didn't stand firm, and that would have been fine. I needed something like that turn. That was... Losing that Tomb Guardian is horrible. He can hit the ball if he wants with a line orc. 3+2+2+. I put this Blitzerar here to try and stop the dodge out from either of these players. It makes this quite difficult. I'm not quite in range to score next turn, and I don't know if I'm happy about that or not. It might not matter. Troll's got a what? You can make that a 2 dice with the troll fairly easily to try and clear that Tomb Guard off. But again, it'll be first action troll. He's already got away with 1 troll reroll. It's going to be a thinky game, this one. He's taking a blitz. Well, I'm going to stand firm on that. Because if I stand firm on that, then whatever chain push play he was planning doesn't work. I assume the plan was to maybe chain push the troll onto Tala Swift, but even if he got a knockdown, I was still going to stand firm on that. That was a pretty poor blitz target, I think. We're not out of the woods yet, but that might be enough to keep him tied down to let Pratchett escape. Might be. It's really, really tough in matchups against all this guard because it just negates our natural... obviously, the natural advantage of this team is the increased strength. And when you lose that, it just becomes so difficult, especially when it's armor 9 and you can't get easy removals. Orcs and dwarfs are not good matchups for Khemri. Next question is going to be, can I stall? How long can I stall for? And don't I wish I'd bought a wizard instead of all of the useless inducements that are now off the side of the field? That's uphill, and that's a skull. Okay, that'll keep him there. Troll to go. Really stupid. Again, no reroll this time. That could be useful for me. Takes out a big strength guard player. He's got a 1 dice here. Now he's going to try the 3+2+ without a reroll to base the ball. Don't think it'd be a terrible idea. It's an entire 4-minute turn here. 3+ is good, 2+ is good, so that dictates where my blitz goes on this next turn. And a 1 dice pow. How very, very rude. Yeah, likelihood is I'm going to need a couple of GFIs here. But this has to be the blitz. Oh, really, really useful KO. We gambled on putting him there so I can bring the skeleton in for an assist because I've got a shot on his ball carrier here. Right. We need at least one GFI. And if I make the first one, I'll consider the second. Oh, I'm so bad at these. Oh, I'm so bad at these. I can't do a second one now. We've got pro for this. Big KO again. That should stop you coming across to get near the ball. I need to stand you up, but I don't know where. Again, it's cheeky one dice territory, isn't it? Another great pout. I don't hate that if I got a push, because it would stop him basing the ball. I do hate it if I got a skull or a boat down, of which the chances are high enough to make it not okay. Suppose we fought that. I'm giving up a block, but it stops him repositioning the guard exactly where he wants it. Right, we'll see if we can't make a 4+ dodge. We can't. Okay, I think that was worth doing, because if we had made it, we could have properly screened this off. He still has 2 on the bench, even if both of those KOs were to stay out. But he's got no one who can blitz the ball, which is the important thing here. Even if he... manages to get so raw here onto the ball, we have options to get rid of him on the next turn. You're going to take 1 GFI. He's going to make it, so I think you're going to take a second now. Oh, and he fails that. So it's a reroll gone. Get it this time. It's fair enough. We've both done one of them now. I could really use the Tomb Guardian not taking a knockdown. Because if he's not able to tie up the Blitzer, I can still fix this problem. Maybe a 2 dice, I shouldn't give it up here. Get away with a stun. Much rather those were on him than on the set 7. It'd be super great if he could just eat a bunch of pushes here. The Troll's active, hasn't blocked. Lionhawk has a 2 dice with Wrestle. Oh, it's just not what I wanted, that is it? Just not what I wanted at all. Because now his Black Hawk can stand there and make my life a pain. And I don't like it when my life's a pain. don't like it at all. Okay. Up you get. Idea here is we're going to try and clear the Black Orc and put this guard skeleton in here to try and clear that Black Orc so we can make the blitz. And the idea is to put you in there. Still pretty risky stuff. So far, so good. Oh, what an awful result. Awful, awful result. Do you pro it or do you team reroll it? It was greedy as all hell, wasn't it? I don't think I can stall. So we're going in. I still have the team reroll. Therefore, I don't hate that block. Got away with it. We're going to have to score and hope we can defend this. Ooh. I think that is about as early as I've scored in the first half all season, and we possibly got away with that. Some pretty leery dice rolls. The risk of losing 2-1 is significant. And the KO on the Lion Orc makes no difference. His rerolls are gone, which is a very good point. So it's a dirty play going on the line here because, quite simply, the guard is way more important to me. I think the score is decent considering, because there was the turn where we got the removal on the Tomb Guardian and a couple of stuns. It was looking pretty likely we were going to get outstrengthed and outgunned. So, all things considered, being able to score like that is fine. It's a real shame his sure hands came back. A real shame. And now we have to take Mighty Blow hits on armor value 7. And the issue here is going to be, are we going to be able to get to the ball? Are we going to be able to stop Halub's RG4 from making a mess here? 4 turns is extremely doable. +1 fame is with him as well. Cards are really stacked against us today. I don't have a bench anymore either, so of course that Tomb Guardian was utterly hopeless. I needed him today, and we bought a bad mercenary. The good thing about getting the touchdown, though, is that I think it makes it unlikely we could lose the game 2-0. And of course 2-0 it'd have me sweating regarding touchdown difference and whatever Khemirates might do. I don't think a 2-1 defeat is necessarily the end of the world. Remember, we're 6 points clear with 2 to play, and we're 9 touchdowns better off. There's only Khemirates Amazons that can catch us as well. So kick-off return on his side as well. Let him put the Orc straight under that. Oh, and he does get a reroll. And catches the ball. He's made that without block. I mean, it wasn't unsafe, but it wasn't as safe as it could have been. Thick skull saves the day. Again going without block. Again not punished. Again an armor break. Thick skull. 2 out of 2. Well, that's a fairly hyper-aggressive push up the field, but I'm not sure it's a hyper-aggressive push up the field I can necessarily deal with. I think he wants to blitz the throw raw. Raining pows, isn't it? And of course the first rule of throw raws dictates that that is a KO. If he makes it to that spot, it ruins whatever plan I had here. Oh, it's stupid again. Surely he's not going to reroll. Surely he's not going to reroll. I've got potentially one play. which is a proper let's try and ramp up the pressure play, because I don't think I can otherwise stop this score. I mean, this dude's in scoring range. But I think there's an opportunity to go through here. And with a knockdown, do that. However, I now don't have any rerolls for this very pesky GFI I need to make. Very pesky GFI that we have made. And there's now a 2 dice on this guy, and that is a turnover. If he wants to score, it's there for him. It's a 2+, 3+, 2+. Trolls in the game. I don't know what he's planning to do. I don't know if he is going to go for the score. And then, I don't know, offer me a 2-turn response? I mean, I'm unlikely to do that with Khemri, to be fair. If he exposes the Goblin, I think it becomes an automatic blitz target unless something juicier is available. He is going for the handoff. What I wouldn't give for a 1 in 9 here. Yeah, he's got it. He's going to score. I didn't expect him to 2-turn though. Because that gives me LOS blocks. Throw Rouse back. Line Orc doesn't matter either way. I wonder if that's basically him just thinking, well, the Khemri are so unlikely to two-turn that if I score now, I'm pretty much guaranteed to only need one in the second half to win the game. Well, I mean, I'll throw the scoring threats forward. There's no real reason not to. Stranger things have happened in this game than a Khemri passing play. I think, do we go 2 and 2 or do we go 3 and 1? I didn't consider doing that actually. Oh, we can actually go 3 and 2. We'll give this a go. Short kick. Looks like we're going left. Oh, and we cancel the rock. It's a nice scatter at the very least. Right, okay. Score and threat. Off you go. Now all the skeletons need a GFI. Here, there, and everywhere. I think this is mainly going to be about screening Swift off to be the score. And how best we can do that. Oh, what an awful dice roll. Bit more like it. So we take this 3 dice. We free up another skeleton. I need so many GFIs. Yeah, we got that one. Okay, good range on that. Can I really afford to overcommit like this? Okay, that's good. That spot's going to be there, isn't it? Pratchetep's time to shine. So what he's likely to do is just come through one of these guys and then base up the scoring threats, right? I think that makes that good enough. And then it's GFIs from downtown to go there. And we made every single one, and we have 3 scoring threats. Nothing like this has ever worked in the history of this team, and it may not work yet, but we'll see. I think the presence of this skeleton makes it difficult for him to properly screen this off without a bunch of GFIs. And he can't, he's going to struggle to get 2x2 as well. I mean, even it might actually have even been better if that skeleton was 1 further forward. Okay, he's no longer a scoring threat, that fella, but it's good enough to make his life a little easier. Is he going to re-roll? No. GFI is good. The only Orc team in GMAN who can GFI, and I'll be considering whether I can surf that on the next turn. But I assume more players are going to come round to help out. Oh, there's just so much guard in play here. Okay, that player is no longer a scoring threat. We can't do it with him. We got to go with the thrower. That would need his last reroll. I don't know if I'd bother. Might allow me to open up a channel here. This isn't happening. So I think there's a world where I can potentially blitz this Black Orc away, and we've got to pass it at the end zone, right? No, I think we need the 4+ dodge. I think that's the way we have to do this. So this now needs to be a knockdown. And requires the reroll. But is a knockdown. So we're now going to work on the assumption that not much of this is likely to work. I'm going to take that block. Cannot get through these orcs at all. The concern here is what happens if this dodge fails, can he be served? And the answer is potentially yes. So do I dodge him out to prevent that from happening? I've got pro for that one. I cannot afford to risk him beating the crowd, but if I make the 4+, I'm going to wish I just rolled this one. GFI into the end zone, eh? One GFI, or we just throw it. We've got the pass skill. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It doesn't happen. Well, there's a surf risk over there as well. Now he gets the ball in the second half, and we have to work out a way to stop him. I've got the risk of losing my really, really important player here. Well, that's not a mighty blow hit. You just cross your fingers and hope. He's alright. Chances are we see a surf on the throw right now. Or he might just target the throw, the better thrower. We got Fens, so Frenzy won't do a thing. But he gets his knockdown. Oh, and of course Juggernaut cancels Fend. Badly hurt. That's him gone for the rest of this. I'm outnumbered now in the second half, guaranteed. Double skull. Got a reroll. Alright, so it's 1-1 half time. Possibly need a little bit of Knuckles intervention here, because the casualties have come my way and there's nothing hurt on his side. Nothing at all. So we set up with 10. And we're missing at least the RG3 is okay. But, man, it's going to be a big old ask, this. Big, big old ask. I need a different setup. This setup isn't working. The Tomb Guardians are too wide. If you go, the reason we're having to set up narrow, because if he goes one way with his whole team, I can't get the team across to cover. I just can't do it. I haven't got the movement. Imagine having a goblin, level 6, and just leaving it on the bench. Haul that TV in an AG4 goblin, and it sits on the bench. Again, a draw is good enough, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. So he's not looking for the quick score again. So, at the very least, we'll get the chance to prod and probe and see what we can do here. I mean, if we lose any players, we're down by 2, and that just becomes... This reminds me of the OI game, where I just ended up so outnumbered. There's nothing you can do. A little bit of Nuffle's intervention, eh? Well, we can't commit too heavily. That's the first point to make. But what we can do is look to cause him a few issues in terms of players being locked down. Yeah, you're good enough. The Blitz is going to come in on this guard, Black Orc. Oh, it's only a 1 dice. You moron. Gonna get punished for this. Okay, well, we're not going to re-roll it. Does let him reposition that guard. That's going to get frenzied. Two poor plays unpunished. And I am potentially giving up too many hits. No, I don't think there's any potentially about it. I'm giving up too many hits. Stun to start off with. Perfect player to roll that on. No break. He's got a 3 dice with his troll, which will be a mighty blow hit. He's still got a blitz available as well. If he's brave enough, he can still look to surf that guard skeleton. I mean, that's an answer from the troll, isn't it? Down by 2. Tell you what, the armor breaks at the end of this game are going to be quite something to have a look at. Because it is all one way by my count here. Complete one-way traffic on this. 3 plus dodge. Sort of last action doesn't matter if I fail anything. He does fail it. I wouldn't like to see a reroll. I think that's a... I don't know. I don't understand that reroll. Personally. It potentially lets me get a couple of players back into the game. But it's GFIs needed. Those old chestnuts. There's no scoring threat this turn. Two ways I can do this. Option 1 is to try and play it safe in the backfield. Option 2 is to come around here with 2 GFIs. Well, we can't get him on the ball. He's got stand firm, so that option is kind of gone straight away. Let's roll that. Because that knockdown is particularly useful here. Because it just allows these guys to cut a couple of corners. Three, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. GFI time. Failed the first bloody one. Well, we've got to put him in harm's way, I'm afraid. I don't know what I can do to answer all of this. Useful result, useful stun, and we're going to gamble on a 4 plus dodge. The team's just scattered to the breeze. I don't think the blitz helped. No armor breaks, at least useful. Don't like the fact he stood him up, really, because he had that was just a strength 4 block anyway, and could have used him as an assist against Tala Swift. The troll might be able to do that job. It's very, very difficult to see how I don't lose today. Very, very difficult. I think, remember, is because the 2 inducements got removed early doors. I'm basically playing a 1590 Khemri team with 1 Blitzerer and 3 Tomb Guardians against a 1900 Orc team. You don't win Blood Bowl matches like that. So it'll probably all come down to the last week against Carlos Sibs. And it's, can we get out of this without any further damage? Because Halub has got me locked down here. Utterly, utterly locked down. Yeah, it keeps him against the troll. I have at the very least got a solution to that. Currently. That could change. Why did he reroll that? On earth did he reroll a double push against a skeleton? There's a skull. I have no idea why he rerolled that block. So it is time for me to begin asking some questions. And this chain push play is in theory the right way to go. The question is, what are we doing with the rest of these guys? Nothing yet. And that might be a mental decision, but you'll see why. Depends what happens here. Good. So, we're going to chain push you off the troll, because you being on the troll is bad. There's the knockout. So we've got the stand firm Tomb Guardian in play here, and only the troll who can realistically block him off. So the consideration is whether to foul here. But I actually like that. Can we just make these GFIs? Two more potentially there, which could be great. Oh, I need to reroll. One reroll each now, which is the big news. So I actually think if you go there, that makes his life a little difficult. Would have preferred to take a GFI, but couldn't risk it. And did the right thing moving him, because that was a push. So we're down by 1. He's got a stunned Black Orc. He's got a few on the floor. Hang on, how many am I down by? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm down by 2. I had 12 players. I've got 4 out, so I'm on 8. He's got 10. So I'm still down by 2. But we at the very least isolated a few players. Yeah, I think it was a good... The only real shame about that turn was having to use the reroll. Because I'm asking a lot of questions of him here. He's got a 3+ there to come and blitz him away. And then he can hand off to score. I'm forcing him to roll dice. If he rolls the dice, fair play. I really did have to take that GFI because that would have denied this guy the 3+ dodge. And the entire point of putting this player in this position was to deny a 3+ dodge to blitz him. So that GFI had to happen. But hasn't. So I think his best play... It depends if he's looking to score or not. It'd be 3+ dodge into hit here. Or 2+ dodge into ball carrier blitz, perhaps? Could always blitz with the ball carrier. It rolls a 1. Last reroll. Oh, gets his power. Ugh. Ugh. Nightmare. Oh, gets an armor break as well. Who needs Mighty Blow? I don't think I've got an answer to that one. Strength 4's uphilling all the way. He's uphilling. To do nothing, right. There might be an answer. But we need some dice again. That is the first dice roll we needed. He should stand firm. I'm happy with him not. Useful, but not game-changing. Okay. Put the guard in there. Now this is a massively important block. And that is a great time to roll that. Oh! Oh, wow, okay. Dead into a strength bust. Well, we've got a victim. Oh, man. The strength 4 is strength busted. And I've got a shot on the ball. And I can make it a 2 dice. Oh man, that's gonna hurt. GFIs again. That's the play. We make that play. Come on. I gotta try and put him in the crowd. I gotta try and put the ball in the crowd, I think. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Just the worst scatter you could possibly have picked out there. Potentially a mistake. Suddenly, the armors fall to bits. Any other scatter than that, and I had half a chance. But that is a 2+2+2+ to score. Man, we've retired some players this season. That was off a dirty player block. Yeah, not for him it wasn't. Oh, anywhere else. I need a 1 on the pickup doesn't matter because it would need to be a snake. I just need a 1 on the GFI. We've killed another original player. Yeah, they are indeed. I don't see what else he does here other than pick the ball up and try to score. There's the pick up. And he scores. Well, I can't win from here. So we are playing for the point that takes us to the playoffs. I need these KOs back. I've got a babe. And we get both. Okay. His KO doesn't make a difference really, but it does come back. It's a line off that allows him to keep the goblin off. But we are playing 10 versus 11. With 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, there was a 7, I think. I don't hate that decision to push him there. I think there was a 7 out of 8 chance of that being absolutely okay. 6 out of... Yeah, the 6 would have required more dice. That was the one spot that utterly screwed me. But such is this game. We have one reroll. He doesn't have any. He's got the +1 feint, so a kick-off event that produces a reroll is likely to put the result in his favour. And I don't have Immortary Pratchetep. So I don't have kick-off return. And I don't have Agi 3. Ho Russell Brand needs to step up now. Five turns to get there. I don't know why he did, but I'm okay with it. You had a spare line, Orc. Short kick. Ah, it's a reroll for both of us. But at the very least, I get one. If it had to be that way, that's the way we wanted that to go. And we could really use some removals. I'd actually prefer to blitz that Black Orc, given the chance. It's just a nicer target than the lineman. Push is okay here. Power's better. He needs a stun on the Black Orc. He shouldn't have left there. Fair enough, I suppose. Right then, Ho Russell Brand, are you any good? Oh, there. Four turns to score to guarantee the playoffs. Don't have the ball in hand. Four turns is doable. But we do need the ball in the hands of this thrower on the next turn. 12.5% chance to fail it both times. We've failed it once, obviously, which is 25% chance. So it's half of that. Again. No, one more 4+ would be 12.5, so it's even less than that to fail it again across 2 turns. Gives himself a 2 dice with the Line Orc. Remember, I can't even risk to score turn 15 because he's got the threat of the Goblin. One dice blitz, both down. Last reroll. Okay, well we take a knockdown. But we have burned the last orc reroll. So I think that's a decent trade to make, considering we didn't lose a player. This was a 2 dice anyway. And we don't lose that player. Plus dodge, no reroll is good. Frustrating. How do we get through this? We're not going to do it in a hurry, that's for sure. I think at this point this is just about trying to batter our way through. And then trying to base up as many... It's about getting value over here, isn't it? Do you stand firm on that, I wonder? God, do I need this ball in hand. Really, really need this ball in hand. Never in doubt, eh? Suppose it's technically possible. 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's a shot on the ball there. You have to go there. Okay. 3 turns left. Ball is in hand. A lot of these players had to get up. I'm hoping that these guys might be sufficiently slow that on the next turn I can fight my way through here and really try to gain some ground up this flank. That, I cannot quite overstate how useful that is. So he's back on safety duty. This is a 1 dice, thanks to guard on the Tomb Guardian. And it's a push. And that is also a push. It does free up a guard Black Orc. He could double JFI to try and get a... He's currently got a 1 dice against that. If he's over there, I'm fine. If he's over there, I'm really fine. Does he take that? Huh. That might actually improve my situation, I don't know. I just don't know, folks. I just do not know. We are going to try to motor this way. Talking red dice. How far forward do I need to push? Hell of a risk. Hell of a risk. Okay, you have to stay put there then. It just has to be a full overload of this side at this point. That knockdown is super useful because it frees up another skeleton. There. Two turns, and we don't technically need GFIs to score from here. And I'm hopeful that we might have enough of a player overload this side. It's the fact that he's got no rerolls that I need to save the day. If we can just get an early failure on this turn, we're probably in for the draw. If we don't see any of those failures, then he can potentially put me on the ropes here. First action troll. I mean, you got no rerolls. First action troll. Oh no. Ah, no! Decay strikes again. I might, if I make it to playoffs, I might not have a team left here. It's so long for a block Tomb Guardian and just dead to a troll. Nope. I mean, he can surf this guy. Requires putting the guard in here. Putting the ball carrier in there. And then taking a 3+ dodge. Chain push play could work. Failed to dodge, right. Oh. That's a stun. Useful. Not game changing. So I got the option to maybe surf that on the way through. Let's have a think about this. But there. No, then you wouldn't be able to surf that player as well. No, we just need to knock this down. No pylon, not today. Right, so. That block is fine. We can't make it a 3 dice. Push is okay. It wasn't the right way. That was not a good idea. And that would require a knockdown here. We had to push him back. That was just really slack. Well, we'll go with the guy in the backfield, I guess. Reroll. Well, the power was massive because I also got my own way there without the extra movement. Ball is going to go here. I don't have enough players to properly cover this off. One, two, three, four, five. I think that's the better spot. One GFI decides this, I think. I guess we've made them when it's counted. Well, we need this boy to start picking up some SPP, because we've just lost a block Tomb Guardian. That was worth it to base up the troll. One, two, three, four, five, six. 2 GFIs for a 2 dice on the ball. From which I don't think I'd have a recovery. Playoffs rests on this. There's a chance next week again. And there's a chance Hummersep doesn't get his result. Alternative strategy is to just literally just blitz through this skeleton and just base it with 2 strength 4s and force me into a 4+ dodge to make it. Who's going to go for? Double push. Is that enough? One, two, three, 4 to base. Two plus GFI means I have to commit to the 4+. Oh, he's failed it. Oh, that is really, 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 really big. So, it's a 2+ with a reroll to go to playoffs. We've done it. We have only gone and done it. I could surf him. It is not worth it. We've already claimed our victim today. So today we go to the playoffs. Whoa, what a hell of a game that was, and we paid a price. Two. Everybody said 1 point is good enough. We're now 7 ahead of Hummersep and he can get a maximum of 6. Well, I can replace the Tomb Guardian, which is good. And that's a really useful MVP, actually, on that one. To get him at 13 out of 16. Oh. Sigh of relief in the end that it was an Orc GFI that saved the day. Pack your bags, lads. The Khemirates are going to the playoffs for the 2nd straight season. Whew. I'm just taking a moment to catch my breath here. There's the confirmation. There's the leaderboard. We are top of the league now. 8-2-2. No levels. We're back to 1860. But there you go. 8-2-2 is more than enough to make it to the playoffs now. Hummersep can only get to 25 points. We are on 26. So, there we go. We got one more game against the Underworld. That's got Claw. That could be messy. We don't want any more deaths now. We'll be in preservation mode. But we'll see you next week for the final game. Cheers, everyone.